This is our old bathroom scale. It is a Harmony House. It's from the 50s, early 60s, and we've been using it every day. We just kick it under a cabinet and pull it out, and it's dusty and paint's coming off. So I figure it's time to get it refurbed. Now, the only thing I've ever done to it, years ago I put these felt stick-on legs on so that it would slide better. And if you notice, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but it's 4 to 5 pounds out. It's not at 0 anymore. And actually, when you set it down, it becomes 6 pounds. So the reason why, well, actually, let's bring you right over. You can see there that it's 6 pounds. So the reason why I went ahead and changed it is when you stand on it, it was off about 6 pounds. So I checked it with a digital scale. So I stood on the digital scale, read it, stood on this, then the adjuster right there, I set it for the correct weight, and it works, but it's rusty and that enamel needs to be fixed. So that's what I'm going to do right now, is fix it. So for starters, this thing needs a bath. So I got some Dawn and hot water and a Scotch-Brite scrubby, and we'll clean it up. And it probably should have been taken care of a lot better than it was. However, it was apparently my family just figured it, okay, it's just a bathroom scale. I actually have a little paint right there that I'm going to have to try to get off. So anyway, get this thing cleaned up and then see what we've got to work with. Okay, it's had its bath, and I managed to get most of the paint out that was right there. So now, because it's metal, I'm going to get some wet dry sandpaper, and I'm going to go over it and try to smooth out some of this rust, and then it's going to have to be all taped off and primed and painted. Okay, here I've got a piece of 100 wet dry sandpaper, and I'll go over it, and then I'll probably go down to 220 or 320. Definitely got to smooth this out because it's not in good shape. And it's all in the prep. You do a lousy prep job, you're not going to get a good paint job. Now that cleans that off pretty good and smooths it out. So I think I'm just going to go all the way around it, and we'll see where we go from there. Okay, the bathroom scale has now been gone over with 100 and 400 wet dry sandpaper, and it seems to be pretty good. There's a couple spots, but for the most part it's about ready to be primed or taped, primed and painted.
At this point I've got the rubber pad all masked off, and I'm using the wide and narrow blue painter's tape. Then to prime it, I'm using the Rust-Oleum Clean Metal Primer, because I've taken care of all the rust. Well, I thought I was done, but I missed a spot. So with that, I just have to let it set for 1 hour before I can top coat it. With the primer dry, it's now time to top coat it, so I'm going to use Rust-Oleum appliance epoxy. And of course I gotta have my Rust-Oleum handle, makes it much easier to spray. You just snap it on the can and make sure that the tip is aligned.
Alright, that epoxy has dried. Let's see how I did with this masking. A little bit of bleed. I expect there's going to be some. That is miserable because of the grooves to do a decent taping. Yep. But no matter how bad a job I did, it's still better than when I started. I keep saying that because it's true. Most of it doesn't look too bad. How did that get under there? Probably because I slid it under. There we go. Never be without your trusty jackknife. Yeah, there's a little bleed. Actually, it's better than I thought. Could have been a whole lot worse. Could have been a whole lot worse. Stuck under there again. Tape. Alright. See if I can get under it, grab a hold of it, and pull it out. There. May have to try to touch that up with a marker or something. Well, that came out looking pretty good. One little tiny spot right there, but all in all, I mean, we got a little and a little, but I'd say it looks pretty good. So I've got a Sharpie super marker here. I'm going to see what I can do. Not bad. No, for the most part, it's pretty good. Couple, I guess, little spots. I wasn't expecting perfection here. Okay, next step is to rejuvenate that. Now the way I'm going to rejuvenate this, I got a cloth, and I've got this old PJ1 Renew and Protect for vinyl and rubber, leather, wood, polymer surfaces. It's an old thing they used to use on motorcycles. And back when I had the shop, that's what we used. So I'm going to see what I can do. I don't know exactly how to. No, I don't know whether to just spray it on like that. Maybe that's the best way, is to spray it on, and I get better coverage. It is definitely darkening that up. I hope you can see it on camera. And then get that off the glass. Let's see. I'm pretty sure that it's sucking this up because it hasn't had anything in 50 some years. Well, that's not bad. So anyway, I don't know whether you can, I'm pretty sure you can't buy this anymore, but there's probably something else out there. But this is what I always used, and it's not bad. A couple little spots that I may have to come back in an hour or two and put another coat on because it'll suck it up. But anyway, that is just about all that I'm going to do to it. Better than it was. After we were all done, I decided I still didn't like the looks of this rubber, even after I put that Renew and Protect on. So I had touched up the edges with this Super Sharpie. So what I decided to do was go over every single line all the way through, and that darkened it up to what you see now, and I think it's pretty close to what it would have been when it was brand new. So now we're finally done with it.